Well, this really is quite uplifting. There is so much to raise the mood all around us. After all, this is when, in the face of anything, hope springs eternal, and the fans puff out their chests proudly. Some terrific scenes here in Barcelona. My goodness me, it's made even better by 100,000 supporters in full voice. So we're very much on the way now. Well, he has slightly undercooked that one.
They should have done a lot better there. The final ball was very poor. Well, that's good defending. He squeezed the play and he gave him no chance to get on the turn.
He's rising! That needed to be better, and he knows it.
Well, you see what a difference it makes to have so many runners into the box. Makes life so much harder for that defence.
And it's Molina. Alaba gets a foot in here. There's a beautiful simplicity about this contest. Willing running on one side, dogged defence on the other. This looks promising. Stood up well to him there.
Well, that was well positioned and well pinched. They can't hurt with their backs to goal.
Always goal side. Oh, a gilt-edged chance!
Well, it's not the best when it comes to decision-making. Okay, initially he probably was afforded the space to hold on to it, but the longer he did that, the more he was going to be swamped.
That has ended up in no man's land. Looking for the run, and he's worked it through, and he's managed to get free. He's free, he has got space. Well, the defence proved infallible then, but that won't be the last they'll see of him. Cruyff is flagged offside. He's not got that quite right. Neither side yet able to force a breakthrough here. Looking to pass their way up the pitch. Tries to pass it through. He's found a way through. He's been bundled over. That is a foul. There could be trouble here. But for now, the referee is keeping his cards in his pocket. Well, this may not be the kindest angle for a direct hit. Bebeto powering forward here. He has found a way through. And there's the shot! That was superb goalkeeping.
He's definitely living up to the occasion here. He just loves being out there amongst it.
Laporte cuts out the pass. Xavi. Adeyemi. Jim, you've played in games of this nature. Who gets his head on it? Now, who's going to be first to this? Nice interception. His positioning was spot on. Caceres.
Adeyemi really needed to concentrate on protecting the ball. Then again, he was being very closely marshalled.
Oh, that is good. Super running, sharp movement. Came up against a defender, though, who was ever so determined. Delivers with whip. They're back in possession and ready to go again. Now, can they get him away? That's a lovely, neat pass. Now it's Bebeto.
Barcelona have really been terrific at snuffing out the threat. Now for something different.
That's a pretty loose pass. Aimed beyond the defence. Cruyff gets into a good position. Impressive jump! And there's his goal! One sweeping move, executed with deadly efficiency.
Yeah, when you're hit on the counter-attack like that, it's like walking into a sucker punch, and they're dazed.
Madrid have their opener. It is a goal of real significance.
Well, that's changed the mood entirely, as you'd expect, Peter. It'll be fascinating now to see what kind of reaction it will cause.
Chance! Oh, just lacked a decent finish.
I can't quite believe he's missed that, Peter.
Can he get on the end of this? That is good alertness. Well, that has not gone well. Time and again, he's gone for goal.
Madrid can certainly afford to see this half out now and reset during the break.
Not the most accurate pass. And this is Eto'o. And this is Bebeto. And he's been shifted off it. Bebeto showed plenty of zest in getting to the ball, but couldn't quite sort it out. Alaba. The only breakthrough then came late in the first half here, and that is the difference. And the score is 1-0. Now it's Mbappe. Alaba. So a temporary halt to the action. So a steady, solid and more than satisfactory first half. They've got the lead and that gives them something to build on after the break. Some first half thoughts?
Okay, they got hit with that one sucker punch, but I don't think there was much wrong with their overall approach. I think the boss needs to give his team a lift during the break, and they should still be quite buoyant.
Madrid are 1-0 up at half-time, and it's all to play for. So let's get the ball rolling. Madrid currently ahead by the smallest of margins. Pinches it off him. Dani Olmo will not want to lose out here, not against this opponent. And it's Olmo. Cruyff. Well read, nice interception.
Oh, really well played.
Oh, great chance!
Well, he got rid because he was under pressure.
Well, they're looking at the referee, but he's waved play on. Well, that defending is unapologetically persistent. It's almost personal, and it had to be. Corner. This their second corner of the game. And he's played it back. He's having a pop! Oh, fine stop from the keeper.
Caceres actually didn't do an awful lot wrong, to be honest.
Corner number 3 coming up. Last-ditch defending, but that'll do. And now a sudden chance to counter. Gordon, Dani Olmo. Chance, surely! Dispatched clinically. They have come roaring back.
Well, you have to credit the desire there. These boys knew they were in a battle, and they did exactly what was needed to get back into it. That's going to make the boss just a little happy now.
That was a given. It always was.
Such a smart finish, and the setup was very good too, but defensively, they didn't cover themselves in glory here.
Barcelona restore parity.
Well, I'd happily watch this every week, Peter. This is exactly what you want from a big game.
Now it's Bebeto, and they can counter here. Barcelona have got it back, and they'll have another go. Guardiola. Who saw this coming? From the cusp of victory to the cusp of desperation. Caceres. Gordon. Madrid have kept their powder dry on the substitution front so far. Could that be about to change?
Well, the manager must be thinking to himself whether he's got a game changer on that bench, and he needs to act quickly.
It's a good-looking delivery. And the keeper gets his hands on it. Ah, now can they counter? Now it's Cruyff. And this is Bebeto. He's found a way through. Bebeto. He's one-on-one, surely! Well, the movement is slick, the speed is slippery. The defence, though, able to hold on this time. Now it's Eto'o. That is a jarring tackle, but apparently nothing wrong with it. That's a shade optimistic. And claimed it back swiftly. And he stands tall, impenetrable. And it's Olmo. Gordon! Now it's Danny Olmo. He's Danny Olmo! Oh, that was a brilliant save.
I think he's done great there, both reading it and dealing with it.
Barcelona get their fourth corner. Oh, he's been caught on it here.
Well, he certainly wasn't in the mood to take any risks. Concentration levels are very good, and so is the commitment. This game...
He'll try from distance! And it's come back out to him. Another one of football's and how moments.
It's a very watchable game, isn't it? Any goal from here could well be the winner.
They're up to 5 corners now. Madrid are looking to go forward now. He's shifting through the gears here. And this is Messi. Crosses it in. Cleared away. Barcelona have the chance to go the other way. Oh, that pass isn't the best. And here's Messi. And Messi! Oh, no. That could be a costly miss. Still anyone's game, this. One moment can decide it.
Listen, the fans haven't given up.
De Jong!
Oh, once he made the save, it didn't take the keeper long to start barking at his defence.
Oh, easy pickings there. De Jong. That's an imaginative pass. Simeone has the space to scheme. De Jong, pass somewhat off target. Pass is just off target.
That's just playing it safe and simple.
Now that looks a decent ball. Looking for options for movement. He has a look up. Whistle's gone and they've got themselves a free kick. And that's going to be a booking.
Well, you either commit a foul and take one for the team or just stand by and concede a potential goal. It's not a great choice, Peter, but I think I do the former in that position.
I think we've got just about enough time for this free kick.
I think there's actually a quiet confidence in pulling this off.
Messi! And it's been hooked away. Fermin. Now it's Pedri. Knocks it into space.
That's positional gold, the utilisation of space.
It's gone in! He's put through his own net!
No, I've been there myself, and that's the last thing he wanted to happen. I really sympathise.
There you have it. The referee says that time is up. Madrid did lead. Indeed, they controlled, but they managed to throw it all away. A defeat made even more painful by the way it came to pass. Well, how will we look back on that?
Yeah, well, I've been on the losing side in games like this, and I can tell you it really does hurt. It's about the fans, and when you let them down, it hurts that bit more. I mean, you can do all the right preparation.
Well, the next couple of hours or so will be critical in deciding their ultimate fate. Having made their intentions clear at the start of all this, now they have the chance to make it happen. It is all eyes forward and full steam ahead. Well, the pre-match build-up has been fantastic. Now, the game itself. So straight into the action. Great chance! Marvellous goal!
Well, once more, it's him. And we can't be surprised because his instinct for doing this is incredible.
We knew what was coming, and he has outfoxed the keeper again.
Well, how's that for composure, Peter? You can see the keeper tried to put as much pressure on him by staying upright, but it didn't faze him, not in the slightest.
Madrid penetrate first. It is a truly precious lead.
Well, he's certainly happy with that after what's been said in the build-up, you know.
And that interception was most necessary.
That's great positioning. So good from him.
Iniesta. Now it's Bebeto. Oh, good read.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Passing is crisp and sharp. Oh, he's enjoyed that. He evidently loves the contest. Cruyff. And they're back on the ball again. Now it's Neymar. Madrid leading here thanks to that early goal. 1-0 the score. And that pass is somewhat less than ideal.
They should have done a lot better there. The final ball was very poor.
Unai Simon claims comfortably. Well, the ball just didn't work out for the run that he made.
Madrid clearly should have gone for the easier pass. Now they'll have to quickly regroup.
Fermin going face to face. And he shoots! That is decidedly lacking. Excellent challenge there, uncompromising. Oh, now here's an interesting matchup. Neymar proves just a little bit too strong. And it's Balde. Knocks it into space. He's found a way through. There's a beautiful simplicity about this contest. Willing running on one side, dogged defence on the other. Neymar. It's Neymar! And he has kept it out somehow.
It's quite a show he's putting on here. This is excellent work.
Barcelona with the corner. They're first. Iniesta pulls off an exemplary piece of defending. Oh, this looks sharp. Lopez.
Oh, really well played.
Howson clears. Iniesta. Well seen. Saw that coming.
That was well played. Well stopped.
Oh, well played. That has snuffed out the danger. Now it's Mbappe. No, that's been intercepted. Neymar. Now this could be... And a shot! Oh, the ball's run loose here. It's a good run down the right. Eto'o. 30 minutes gone. Bebeto. He's been bundled over. That is a foul. And he is going into that little black book.
Well, talk about being caught between a rock and a hard place. I don't think he had much choice there, although he's paid for it.
He's having a good look here. An opportunity then to pull clear here. Bebeto! Wonderful from Bebeto! That is a gem! An absolute gem! And this is getting better and better. Well, that was wonderful in every regard. Vision, concept, and considerable accuracy.
Well, he made it look effortless. Clearly a training ground perfectionist.
Madrid are sitting pretty, 2-0 up.
Well, that's a real psychological weight off their shoulders, I think. It's a very different game now at 2 up.
Now that looks a decent ball. Can he get on the end of this? Real chance! Not a bad try by any means.
Well, he's furious with himself, but at least the boss is applauding his effort then.
Bernal makes the interception. Schneider. Half-time coming up, and little doubt as to which of the two sides is the happier. Neither of these two want to come off second best. Bebeto.
They've got to be quick moving this forward.
Bebeto gets flagged offside. Casado. And it's Balde. The ball has bounced loose now. And here's Mbappe. Shot a goal! And a goal! Half-time rapidly approaching. That could be a big one. Oh, beautifully dispatched. There was no reaching that.
Just way, way too good, Peter. The keeper was never going to stop it.
Barcelona cut their deficit and look raring to go again.
Well, what a difference a goal makes. Now all of a sudden it seems the belief is back.
That's a sharp pass. Can he get it through? Neymar. Neymar!
What an absolute shame. The composure and imagination to set himself free. He should be locked up after that.
And that's been intercepted.
That's great positioning. So good from him.
And the referee has blown for half-time. That was a very watchable and entertaining half of football, and it's fair to say that both teams have played their part. It is quite a game, breathless and laced with excitement.
Well, it's a lead that's by no means convincing. The manager can't go too easy on his players here. I think they need to re-establish that focus and try to lift the purpose again. They'll want a good start to the second half.
Madrid are leading 2-1, but things are very much in the balance here. So, into the second half. He's in a great position here. Neymar will not want to lose out here, not against this opponent. Eto'o. Cute ball now, how can he reach it? And he's managed to get free. Cruyff. And he was quick to react. Bernal. Neymar, tantalisingly brilliant, at times unstoppable. That has ended up in no man's land. Pedri, just no time to dwell on the ball there. Adeyemi showed plenty of zest in getting to the ball, but couldn't quite sort it out. Iniesta. Eto'o. Adeyemi. And here's Mbappe. The pressing's intense, and it's paid off. Madrid have reclaimed it. And it's Balde. Balde flashes it across. Oh, there's a probing ball. And he cuts out the supply. Oh, it's come loose. And he welcomes it in. Eto'o. And that's really well manoeuvred. And he's certainly onside here. Can he finish? He's got a goal! The movement so precise, the finish sumptuous.
Well, it's an example of counter-attacking at its finest. Real cut and thrust.
So the manager can make a change for the first time in the game here. Well, that has changed the dynamic somewhat.
I wonder if the manager is tempted to go for another and really kill the game off completely. I, for one, think he should now.
Corner number 2 then. And now a sudden chance to counter. Looking for the run. He's through here. Eto'o receives it in a wide position. It's a good-looking delivery. Oh, it's a nice idea, but the execution was lacking. Pau Kubasi did well to emerge with the ball. That's a contest to keep an eye on. Mbappe! Well, they've got it again. Neymar. There's the shot! And one more try! Now it's Eto'o. Now it's Messi. And he's worked it through. Oh, a gilt-edged chance! Oh, nearly, but not quite. That's a pretty loose pass. Pedri. Pass somewhat off target. Just about up to 75 minutes. Nicely weighted ball. Madrid perhaps contemplating their next change here. And here's Mbappe. No, he's not going to get any further than that. Oh, that's a foul in a dangerous area. And the referee has shown him a yellow card. Great chance here from position A1. A real chance then to ease this unpleasant predicament. Neymar! Denied by a great piece of goalkeeping.
Absolutely terrific. Terrific reflexes. Goalkeeping at its very best.
There will be a throw-in. Oh, nicely intercepted. Tries to play it through. He's in plenty of space here. Dani Olmo. It's Pedri. Pedri. Oh, this is a terrific run. He shifted it to the flank. Crosses it in. There's the header! It's hit the crossbar. Barcelona have their third corner. Neymar goes short. Eto'o. Great vision. Tries a shot! Madrid are looking to go forward now. Guardiola. Now it's Eto'o. Pedri. Dani Olmo running with the ball. You have to say that was an exemplary tackle. Stopped him dead in his tracks. He's got away. He's having a shot! Oh, the keeper's done ever so well.
I think he's done great there, both reading it and dealing with it.
Balde. Oh, he's taken out. That'll be a foul. Well, that's a booking. Always looked it. Bernal. Dani Olmo. Now, can they get him away? Adeyemi's cross. Oh, he's seen that early. Used a certain sixth sense. Belletti. Lovely pass, but can he get there? Board shows there will be 3 extra minutes. That's that, the end. Perfect result, perfect outcome. A test passed with flying colours. How would you summarise what we've seen today then, Jim?
Madrid can be really happy with it.
So we're all raring to go again. In life, of course, there's so much more important than this game, and yet this game feels so important. It is crucial, imperative that the teams harbouring ambitions to go a long way come smoothly out of the blocks here, and it's all building up very nicely. Well, the stage is set for a stirring showdown here. The supporters in great voice, and there's a real sense of anticipation in the air. Game on. Well, here's a man who stunned everyone in that famous summer of 2002. He had a hand in his country's most famous goal, their most famous win, and he helped to introduce the footballing planet to Senegal.
Yeah, he did indeed, Peter. El Hadj Diouf, the undoubted driving force behind that fast, powerful, direct style of football that once shocked the world.
There's the whistle. Can he get it through? And he's picked it up out wide, crossed into the middle. Bunu claims it, safe hands. Koulibaly. Now it's Drogba. Hakimi. Drogba. Brahim Diaz. Hakimi. And Alai Nawi. And it's El Kanous. Little pass back. He's having a pop! That is a super hit, but it was always just off target.
Well, we always have to give a reason for it, Peter, but did he hit that too well?
Bissouma to Gay. Bissouma. And here's Eto'o. So, Jim, what have you made of what we've seen so far?
Well, both sides seem happy with the patient approach for now, still trying to have a good look at one another.
Eto'o. And there's his chance to lead the counter. El Nawi.
Well, that's good defending. He squeezed the play and he gave him no chance to get on the turn.
And this is Eto'o. And he's played it back.
Just too much pressure. Had to go that way.
Brahim Diaz. Flamengo are still to register a shot on target. As a matter of fact, a shot of any type. Well seen. Saw that coming.
He read that really well and stopped it.
He's got plenty of space out wide here. He's in a great... El Kanous! And that was very necessary. Oh, he's been caught on it here. And it's El Kanous. And the counter is on. And here's Drogba. And that's been intercepted.
That's great positioning. So good from him.
Hakimi. Played into space. And the finish! And needless to say, that deserved better.
What a pass. One that literally dropped into his path. It was asking to be finished.
Alcanus. Oh, that pass isn't the best. Drogba. And that's going wide left.
You can never be short of runners into space, as long as the space left behind is filled.
Alcanus. And it's Hakimi. Eto'o does really well to win the ball there. Oh, that's a key interception. Flamengo are looking to break at pace. That's a lovely, neat pass. That has been slung wide. Well, there was an element of promise insofar as they kept the ball well, but they did very little with it. Nothing wrong with that tackle. Ball won cleanly. Knocks it out wide. Aimed beyond the defence. Gay has a look and plays it forward. And it's Eto'o. Well, there's no such thing as a bad time to score, but this would sure be a good time. Getting up there! No, just not quite. Hakimi. Alcanus. Goes looking wide. Plays a sharp little ball here. Threads one in. Messina tries to clear. Keeper has taken decisive action. Wan-Bissaka. Eto'o is flagged offside. Challenge just a bit on the firm side. Oh, good read.
That was well played, well stopped.
Brahim Diaz tries to pass it through. Gets a good foot in there. And that brings the first half to a close. It hasn't been a bad watch, not by any means. The intensity levels are there. We've just lacked that telling breakthrough moment. So, nothing to report so far on the goals front.
Well, this will have given them a chance to look for any potential holes and weaknesses in the opposition, something that will bear fruit once the teams come out again, I'm sure, Peter.
So, both teams still stuck on the starting blocks here, 0-0 at the break. So right back into the action. Both sides defensively robust up to now. Hakimi venturing down the left. Well, that defending is unapologetically persistent. It's almost personal, and it had to be. El Ainawi played out to the left flank, and that was asking for too much. Wan-Bissaka, Gay, and Tapsoba, Koulibaly, Bissouma. Now it's Eto'o. Juve, played out towards the right wing. He shifted it to the flank. Ben Sekir. And he's in a decent chance! Bissouma. And Hakimi. Still waiting for the game to take off here. 0-0. And here's Brahim Diaz. Now it's Brahim Diaz. Another pass just keeps it ticking over. Now it's Ben Sekir. And the shot!
Well, the keeper seemed to go into study mode then, and he's read it beautifully.
Tapsoba. And it's Hakimi. Here's Bissouma. Mukau. It is still anyone's game, 0-0. Here's Bissouma. Gay. A probing pass. Now, and he shoots! And it's in! That is so good, such sharp skills, and such a delicious finish.
That's what he lives for, Peter. Not a lot more to add.
The first breakthrough.
Look, you can't deny that it's a blow, but this game is far from unsalvageable.
There's the crossfield ball. Well, that is one way to stop him. Gay. So, Jim, what are you thinking?
There's a lot of football still to be played, Peter, so ideally they need to maintain an attacking endeavour.
Looking to pass their way up the pitch. To Gay. And if you have just joined us, still just one goal between them. 1-0 the score. Drogba. And it's Eto'o. That has been slung wide. Drogba. And this is Drogba. Chance! It's in! And he is away! The launch of a brand new hero. The movement so precise, the finish sumptuous.
Look, if you want to be effective on the break, then the key element is always pace. That's what really rips defences apart, and it's difficult to find an answer to it when it's applied like that.
Time then for the first substitution of the game. Flamengo are sitting pretty, 2-0 up.
Well, that's really winded the opposition. You can see their manager screaming on the touchline, telling his team to calm down. But they'll need to do that pretty quickly. It's composure from here.
Ah, lovely feed. He is such a good mover. And it's El Canous. Spread out to the left. Opts to play it back. Tries a shot! And it's been hooked away. And he lines up a cross. It's a clearance, but not much of one. And that's another throw. Ben Seguir, unrelenting, uncompromising pressure on him. And that interception was most necessary.
He read that really well and stopped it.
And it's El Canous. El Canous! Another one of football's and how moments.
Well, they've got a big enough job on their hands as it is, Peter. They really need to be putting those chances away.
Leading by 2 and the finishing line in sight. Pass somewhat off target. Mazraoui. Ben Seguir. Looking for the run. Ah, such a clever touch. Mazraoui gets into a good position.
They'll want to be quick here. It's breakaway time.
Eto'o running with intent. Oh, good read.
That's great positioning. So good from him.
Strokes it back.
They're really getting no time to think on the ball here.
And that's been intercepted.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Some good work on the right flank here. Amrabat. Now Mazraoui. Ben Seguir. And it's El Canous. And it's Hakimi. Great vision. And a shot! It is close, but that is the last of it. Flamengo can take all the spoils, and it is nothing less than what they are perfectly entitled to, following this splendid display of poise, potency and proficiency. Juve voted man of the match, and deservedly so. So what do you take away from it all, Jim?
Flamengo definitely impressing me here, especially the way that attack clicked. Whether it was link-up play, running in behind, this has just been a great day at the office.
Well, that's it for tonight's match, so it just remains for me to thank Jim Beglin alongside me and to wish you all a very good evening. So what a sight this is. Another edition of this proud competition, just seemingly bigger and better still. Faces, of course, have come and gone, but some things never change. Those first day feelings, new hopes, new expectations, and the belief that maybe, just maybe, this time it will be your turn. Well, it looks like a big game, sounds like a big game. Everyone involved is absolutely up for it. So straight into the action. McAllister! Harmlessly behind. Cucurella makes the interception. João Pedro, and the through ball. Well, there is a look that says it all. A piercing stare.
He made it look a bit predictable.
Saka! Oh, he's been caught on it here. Tries to pass it through. Shevchenko was alert to the possibilities, but in the end it's fruitless. Lovely pass, but can he get there? Chance, surely! Loose ball now, and there's a chance. Oh, what has happened here? And it's Rice. He's having a hit! And that's what you call inspired goalkeeping.
He's really looking like he's on the very top of his game here.
Corner number 2 then. Cross into the box. He's rising! But he's left disappointed.
Well, he looks a little annoyed with himself, Peter, but he hit it well enough. Better look next time, maybe.
That is good alertness.
Andrei Shevchenko has to be the greatest player to emerge from the former Eastern Bloc.
Yeah, he is the name, isn't he?
Well, when you think he terrorises Europe's best defenders by doing the most beautiful work in...
Oh, shooting chance! Oh, he's been caught napping. Backward it goes. Shot could be on. Van Nistelrooy, who needs just a moment to score a goal. Oh, that is a nice touch. He is through here. And it's played in, brilliantly cut out. Early ball out from the back.
It's a decent chance to counter-attack.
And he's been shifted off it. Now it's Shevchenko. And this is Torres. Bit of an appeal, but nothing doing. So a third of the match, or thereabouts, gone, and we still await the first goal. That's gone for a throw-in. Van Nistelrooy.
Chelsea are totally dominant in the middle of the park, a no-way through zone.
Chelsea have reclaimed it. Palmer. That's destined for the flank. And this is Van Nistelrooy. Fernando Torres is wide and looking to get onto this. No, he's not getting his way this time. Well, the defence proved infallible then, but that won't be the last they'll see of him. McAllister is the team's great visionary. João Pedro. McAllister. He's got away. Can he finish? Oh, that was a brilliant save.
McAllister clearly thought he had the beating of the keeper.
Corner number 3 coming up. And now a sudden chance to counter. Shevchenko. Chelsea have it back and can go again. Plenty of appeals, but the referee is not interested. And it's Rice. He's going for goal! Superb from Rice! Oh, it really is a finish of the highest order. The movement so precise, the finish sumptuous.
Yeah, when you're hit on the counter-attack like that, it's like walking into a sucker punch and they're dazed.
You felt it was coming, 1-0.
Well, this should allow them to be a bit more expansive, although they'll be wise to be cautious for now.
And he's intervened well there. Palmer. Passing is crisp and sharp.
Manchester certainly could do with a positive spell for the remainder of this half, just to set...
Oh, he's having a go! Oh, denied brilliantly!
João Pedro really must be thinking what he has to do to score there.
McAllister. That is ended up in no man's land. Gabriel. Pass is coming off in quick succession here. Shevchenko. Oh, that pass isn't the best. McAllister. Looking for the run. Chance for a shot! Oh, he's managed to get it all wrong.
João Pedro deserves a lot of credit for his willingness to make those runs. The passers will always have an option with him.
Oh, nicely intercepted. And for the first half, that is that. There's been no shortage of industry or intent thus far. A little inspiration and inventiveness, perhaps the only things lacking.
Well, let's not beat about the bush, Peter. It's been fairly flat, and the support have had little to cheer about. So an awful lot of questions have got to be asked, and the answers need to be found in a hurry.
So that's it for the first half, and everyone takes a well-earned rest. And hostilities have resumed at the start of the second half.
It's not easy being down in situations like this. I know it's an overused term, but you really have to play with courage. Be brave, and let's see where it gets you. You might just get lucky because of it.
And that was asking for too much. Palmer. It's Saka. Nice bit of trickery. Saka, upright and purposeful. Saka. And that's aimed into the middle. Oh, what has happened? Big chance! And that's a good finish. And there's the goal they've been looking for. Unstoppable. Just how do they contain him?
Well, he had to deal with an awful lot of unwanted attention, but his tenacity won the day.
Things starting to look very comfortable.
You can really sense how important this goal was for them. They needed it. Now they have it.
That's the throw. Van Nistelrooy. Oh, that's fabulous. Well, now here's a good battle. Bicep to bicep. Flashes. He leaps for it. That needed to be better, and he knows it.
You really could have done with engaging those crossers much higher up the pitch there. This isn't good defending.
So time for change, and this one has been on the cards for a little while. Now, can they get him away? They've got a throw in. And that's another throw. Nicely weighted ball. McAllister. Oh, lovely feed. He is such a good mover.
Well, the way this game is offering less possession, they'll need to have a very good conversion rate.
Gabriel. Cucurella. McAllister. And he's picked it up out wide. Darren Fletcher. And they win it back again. Shevchenko finding himself in space. And a shot! It's a loose ball. Oh, good-looking ball.
It's the sort of situation they'll want to capitalise on now.
Can he get it through? It's all a little bit desperate, but it's got the job done.
Simply brilliant defending. They were outnumbered, but he still came out on top.
Now that's well seen too. Beckham. João Pedro. And it's Palmer. Oh, that's a key interception. Palmer. Palmer going face-to-face with his great rival. Well, the defence just about came out on top, but they were certainly tested. That's been cut out. Well played. Gabriel. Cucurella. And it's Rice. It's João Pedro. Really fierce, close defending. And here's Shevchenko. The ball has bounced loose now. And it's Cucurella. Oh, that's delightful. And he whips it in. And the goalkeeper's got a good palm to that. Into the last quarter of an hour.
If they want to counter, they could do with more speed.
He's picked his way through. Great, decent chance! And it's there! He does it all with an air of efficiency and simplicity.
Well, when you get in that position, it's all about composure. Panic can't come into it, and it didn't.
A shift in momentum, perhaps.
Well, I think they have every chance of levelling this now, Peter, but they've got to stay calm and not go completely gung-ho.
That's a throw. And that's definitely not his best. Rice. And here's Saka. Oh, this is a great position. Yeah, that does look a foul. Referee's given a free kick.
Disappointing, very disappointing. He knew what he was doing, as deliberate and cynical as it comes.
He'll fancy himself from here. So, a genuine chance to increase the lead. Palmer! Silvestre is there to clear. Corner number 4 coming up here.
I think the message here is quite clear, Peter. They want another one and will seemingly keep going until they get it.
Oh, well played. That has snuffed out the danger. João Pedro. And this is Shevchenko.
Chelsea nearly finished it off there, but now it's a case of waiting for the whistle.
Oh, that's a fine interception. Fernando Torres. And it's McAllister. Good ball, good take. Palmer. Haaland. And that's going wide left. And this is Beckham. Palmer. And the counter is on. And he was alert to it. Fernando Torres. And he cuts out the supply. Keeper's got good distance on that. Cantona. Now it's Haaland. And we're done. Well, this was a game they could so easily have won on another day, but alas, that wasn't to be, and they go down by the odd goal. Your reflections then, Jim?
Manchester, absolutely shocking here. Shockingly porous down the middle, which was painfully exploited, and that's left plenty for the manager.
Hello and welcome one and all. The atmosphere building very nicely here. Gorgeous, gorgeous evening. The skies are clear, the noise is fervent, the atmosphere frenetic. I'm Peter Drury, and joining me here, our expert Jim Beglin.
Hello, Peter, and hello to everyone watching. For me, it's a real thrill to be here.
Expectations and decibels both rising fast here. Things are heating up and we'll be getting underway very soon. And we're ready now for the anthems. So, Jim, would you say that this formation has become the norm in recent years?
Yeah, I think it's one that places the emphasis on your centre forward, not just holding the ball up or finishing, but all the movement that happens around him outside and inside the box. And he has to link up with that midfield and bring everybody into play, which ensures a more cohesive system.
So we're up and running. The peerless Didier Drogba, just a standout hero to so many.
One of Africa's finest and a huge reputation for being a big game player.
Big games, 9 goals in 9 cup finals during his time in London. By any measure, those are pretty special numbers.
Why, he's very much adored. That's just playing it safe and simple.
Nouri, Abdelli, Zerouki, Abdelli, now Nouri, Shaibi, Zerouki, spread to the right. Now he's had it taken off him. Hakimi, that's Eto'o. Musa. It has been a rather gentle affair so far. Zerouki.
They've got to be quick moving this forward.
Gay. Drogba. Drogba! That was superb goalkeeping.
Yeah, he was well placed to deal with that.
And he's there to clear it. Algeria are looking to go forward now. Nouri. So a third of the match or thereabouts gone, and we still await the first goal. First quarter of an hour gone. And he's intervened well there. Diouf, forever the opportunist. A sniff, that's all he needs. Zerouki. Tries to pass it through. It's out for a goal kick. Tapsoba to Gay. Tapsoba. And it's Hakimi. Eto'o receives it in a wide position. Well, the defence proved infallible then, but that won't be the last they'll see of him. Opts for safety. Wan-Bissaka. And played cross-field, changing the point of attack.
Well spotted.
Zerouki. Now Nori. Shaibi. Drogba. Abdelli. Drogba. And it's Wan-Bissaka. Gay. Bissouma. Now it's Eto'o. That is good pressure, just hounded him off it. Abdelli. This is a promising build-up. Musa. Bakra. Spread out to the left. Nice control. Hangs in across.
Well, he certainly wasn't in the mood to take any risks.
Now that's well seen too. Gay. Juve. And it's Eto'o. Now it's Bissouma. Well, I'm not sure how the stats look in terms of expected goals, but nothing actual has materialised so far. Musa. Abdelli. Shaibi. That is good alertness. Gay. Eto'o. Nicely shaped ball. No luck with that dink over the top. Abdelli. Shaibi. Now Nori. Shaibi. Zerouki. Now Nori. Shaibi. Now Nori. Shaibi. Zerouki. Another pass, just keeps it ticking over. Shaibi. Oh, looks like he's been taken out there. Oh, the ball's gone astray. Great vision. So no flag here. Wan-Bissaka. The whistle's gone, and that's it for the first half. It hasn't been a bad watch, not by any means. The intensity levels are there. We've just lacked that telling breakthrough moment. Some first half thoughts?
Well, I wouldn't say it was the most potent performance, Peter, but defensively, very composed. The scoreline might still be 0-0, but I'm expecting things to open up a bit more in this second half.
So it's simmered along nicely for 45 minutes, but still no goals. It is 0-0 at half-time. So we're straight back at it at the start of the second half. Both sides defensively robust up to now. Hakimi picks it up out wide. Oh, he's enjoyed that. He evidently loves the contest.
If they want to counter, they could do with more speed.
Oh, this looks sharp. Musa. Zerouki. Bout of passing here, really easy on the eye. This looks promising. And that is expertly dealt with. That has been slung wide. Musa. Some intricate passing, looking to progress the ball. Oh, good read.
He read that really well and stopped it.
And it's Eto. Zerouki proves too strong. Musa. Best part of an hour and still no breakthrough from either side. Shaibi. Abdelli. He shifted it to the flank. Lovely bit of skill. Shaibi. Well seen. Saw that coming.
That's great positioning. So good from him.
Not the worst cross in the world, but still room for improvement. Bissouma. And that's going wide left. A quick look, thought about cutting inside. Now what? He's rising! And there's a goal! They've done it! Finally, they've broken through. Devoid of any complexity, but boy, was that certain.
Well, I don't think he could have asked for a better ball in there, Peter. All he had to do was get in position.
Algeria can now introduce the first of their substitutes.
Well, Peter, I don't think there's anything tactical or injury related here. I think it's just all about the push for a goal now.
Flamengo have taken the lead.
Listen, when it comes to goals, Peter, in this team, he's always the #1 contender, and he's done it again.
Oh no, he's got that wrong. Cabal.
That's exactly what they need to keep doing. Carry on plugging away, and eventually you might just get that little break.
There is an irresistible, irrepressible look about them here.
I think they just have to keep forcing the issue, and they'll get clinical.
Done delicately. Real chance! It's not an especially good pass, that. So, Jim, what are you thinking?
Well, I'm inclined to feel that if I was in that dugout, I'd want the players to get on the front foot and grab another. Just try to make this one safe.
And if you have just joined us, still just one goal between them. And the score is 1-0. Shaibi. Cabal.
Algeria really might just end up kicking themselves after that. That could well have been it.
Abdelli. Shaibi. Good running, strong and purposeful. Mukau. Hakimi. And it's Koulibaly. To Gay. Still just that single goal and we are nearly done. And it's Wan-Bissaka. Wan-Bissaka. Good purposeful running. Takes a shot! And that would have been game, set and match.
He's really trying to take this upon himself to get it won.
Cabal. Very much into the last knockings.
Algeria really can only do one thing now, Peter. Get the ball up front, make sure it sticks, and sustain some pressure.
Dorval. Nouri.
Look, there has to be more urgency here. The ball has to get to the other end much faster.
Bissouma. And he's picked it up out wide. Dorval. Now Ed Nori. Back towards the middle. That's the end. Flamengo have held on. They have doggedly, sometimes frantically, preserved the tightest of leads. Drogba taking in the accolades, having been named man of the match, and deservedly so. Your final thoughts, Jim?
Flamengo effectively played like two different teams. Pretty placid before the break, but looked much more up for it after half-time. Eventually, those efforts were rewarded. There's a lot of positives to take from that.
So many thanks to Jim Beglin. That's all we have time for. Good evening to you. Things are bubbling up quite nicely here. A healthy whiff of expectation laced with the odd infusion of nerves. Everyone knows what's at stake here. The chance to play on a grander stage. It is time now to focus. Truly colourful scenes here. Apt indeed for one of the most diverse and multicultural cities. That is Amsterdam. And those inside this shimmering arena demand the very best. If you have just joined, you have just missed the kickoff. Jim, which player is best equipped for this game?
Trent Alexander-Arnold has...
Can he finish? Of course! And there is your opener. One sweeping move executed with deadly efficiency.
Manchester are such an adept counter-attacking team. They produced something out of nothing there. A few seconds was all it took for them to convert a defensive situation into a goal, and it's very impressive.
They have what they wanted, the first breakthrough.
Well, that's got this place bouncing. Just listen to the noise all around us. Now they have all of this positive...
It's Aguero! And he was there to get a vital touch.
This is why he's so highly regarded. Absolutely fantastic. All he needs to do is to place this between the goalposts and basically let them attack it.
Skillfully cut out. He is so at ease on the ball. Rice. Mohamed Salah. Oh, shooting chance! Goal! And once more, we are all square. You score, we score.
Well, if ever you want to see a lesson in responding to a deficit, that's it. Their heads didn't drop, and now their chins are up.
Really tidily gathered, and ultimately a more than tidy finish.
Yeah, the goal was really well worked. Look, the game is a constant search for space, and he found a pocket.
We're looking at a different game now.
Well, there's resilience for you, Peter. As a side, they never lost focus despite the setback, and this is thoroughly merited. For me, now they can go and...
Can he finish? Goal! Well, was he ever going to miss that? Of course he wasn't.
And his manager couldn't look happier. That's the kind of interplay they've been working on in training, and it came off beautifully.
So we have a breakthrough. Now how will things develop from here? And the shot! And that's a sharp finish. A game of thrills, all square in the blinking of an eye.
Yeah, since going a goal down, they've dug in to produce a really fine spell, which for me deserved that equaliser.
Well, how's that for a class finish?
Well, that's great. This
goes for a shot! It's any... Oh, he's been caught napping. There's a beautiful simplicity about this contest. Willing running on one side, dogged defence on the other.
That appeared to be an inevitable outcome. Too much traffic.
And claimed it back swiftly. And it's Kagawa. Looking to play him in. Oh, the chance! Oh, fine stop from the keeper.
That's very, very good. You can't ask for much more than that.
This their second corner of the game. They've played it short. Eze! Eze!
He almost caught everyone out there the way he just eked out the room to get the shot in.
So, third corner of the game. And it's been taken short. Salah. It's Salah! Great effort, but no way through. So, their fourth corner of the game. Alexander-Arnold plays it short. And now a sudden chance to counter. And that is a little undercooked. Looking for options for movement. Oh, that's a foul, and the whistle's gone. And he's going to have his name taken. Well, this is worrying. He is not the sort of player who tends to stay down. Great chance here from position A1. He's gone direct. Nearly, but not quite. Now it's Haaland. Lovely pass, but can he get there? Oh, his big chance! And kept out by the most elastic of saves.
Cantona actually didn't do an awful lot wrong, to be honest.
Haaland! Not a bad try by any means. More and more pressure on the ball here. Pleasingly open affair so far. Goals wherever you look. Challenge just a bit on the firm side. There's some great running on show here, but ultimately there was no way through. Kagawa. Haaland is the key defender on that occasion. That is good alertness. And it's Salah. Oh, now here's an interesting matchup. And the shot! Oh, that wasn't the worst effort in the world.
Yeah, he may have snatched at that a bit, even though it was quite close.
Kagawa charging forward, the ball at his feet. Cantona looking to be a menace in the final third. Kagawa. Oh, it's a great ball here. Cantona. Now it's Cantona. Aimed beyond the defence. Van Dijk. Nicely weighted ball. Oh, played right in. Here's Haaland. He's had a shot! And that was very necessary. "40 minutes gone. Half-time closing in. Adams kept his eye on it, and he's there. Now it's Aguero. And this is Mohamed Salah. He's found a way through. Shapes to shoot! Oh, good finish. And the comeback is complete. That is so good. Such sharp skills and such a delicious finish.
And how easy did he make that look? That is supreme.
Well, this is what we've been waiting for.
Yeah, I always felt this was coming. There was a clear increase in both intensity and tempo. Now all they need is to try and maintain it.
Foot in. Haaland. Beckham has the space to scheme. Adams kept aware, and it is reclaimed easily. Knocks it into space. Oh, well played. That has snuffed out the danger. And that signals the end of the first period. So there was the first half.
Oh, what a half, Peter. What a half. It really has had a bit of everything. Two sides going tooth and nail, trying to win this from the off. If only all games could serve this up.
Well, that is the first half done, and we are ready for what follows in the second. Away we go again.
Well, I think starting this half in a strong manner is essential, Peter, if you're chasing the game, which they are. You know, go with intent and purpose. Let your opponents know you're not just going to quietly bow down.
Aguero. Mohamed Salah. Mohamed Salah! It's run loose. Who's going to get there? That is a brilliant interception. Haaland. Cantona. Oh, that looks a good ball through. And he's managed to get free. Haaland couldn't quite force his way through this time, but boy, he had a go at it.
Yeah, definitely not much wrong with what he tried, all things considered. The defence were just well prepared for what was coming.
Great chance! That is decidedly lacking.
I just wonder what was on his mind there. Should have put his foot right through it.
Oh, that's well spotted. Threads one in. Eze showed plenty of zest in getting to the ball, but couldn't quite sort it out. Well, they are still trailing, and they require a change of fortune pretty sharpish. And it's made its way to him. Oh, he's been caught on the finish! And there's a goal! And there we have it, the 2-goal cushion. That was a given. It always was.
Well, my sympathies go to the keeper, who was left horribly exposed. You don't expect players to switch off in front of goal like that.
Clinical, just clinical. What a game this is turning out to be for him.
Well, he's been on a crusade, and his first goal seemed to just whet the appetite.
Well, that has changed the dynamic somewhat.
That has the feeling of a breath of fresh air, Peter, and now they can...
Oh, what has happened here? Well, that tackle was certainly sturdy. He's been bundled over. That is a foul. Now then, what's happening here? He is already on a yellow. So we have movement on both benches. So who's he going to be aiming for here? Now it's Trossard. Trossard gets flagged offside. Oh, that pass isn't the best. Oh, we expected better, and so did he. And he's picked out the run. He's picked his way through. Cross in, looks like a good one. Martinez claims it, safe hands. Plays a sharp little ball here. He has found the way through. There's the shot! Oh, he's been caught napping. Quality ball. Shevchenko. And the counter is on. Esteval. He's shifting through the gears here. Chance, surely! Well, now it's a race for the ball. Shevchenko. And this is Drogba. And this is Drogba. And he's got away from him. Drogba was ultimately thwarted there, but it took a few of them to stop him.
Well, he's not the type that's short on self-belief, so that could rub off on his teammates now.
Oh, they can break here. He's got away. Now it's Drogba. Well, it didn't look good for a while, but that was brave defending, and they got away with it.
Well, that tackle was immense, and so was the relief. The great escape.
Now it's Drogba. No, it's come to nothing. Rice. Now Esteval. Pinches it off him. He is through here.
There they go, hunting again.
Tries a shot! And he's found the net! That's wonderfully done. Crisp hit, true finish.
Struck with genuine ferocity. The ball was there at a nice height, and he was able to hit it with great control as well.
A shift in momentum, perhaps.
Well, I think they have every chance of levelling this now, Peter, but they've got to stay calm and not go completely gung-ho. Manchester clearly have been instructed to kill this off. Offence is the best form of defence.
Now that looks a decent ball. Rice, and that's been intercepted.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
Now, can they get him away? Saliba calmly anticipates.
This usually is the time teams go into conservation mode.
Van Dijk tries to play it through. Fletcher cuts it out. And it's Van Dijk. Beckham. They're back in possession and ready to go again. Tries to pass it through. Good ball, good take. And this is shoots! Oh no, this does not look good. And it's played it. Getting up there! That needed to be better, and he knows it.
He simply mistimed the header, and it was as if he knew it wasn't going to work out.
Well, that has not gone well. The final seconds now. Now it's Beckham. Looking for the run. Drogba! And he scores! They have stolen level at the last!
Well, I think it's pretty...
So 90 minutes have come and gone. It's going to be extra time. Well, still no winner, Jim.
Well, I think many on that pitch were ready for the final whistle to come, so let's hope that there's still plenty of energy about.
So no winner at full time. We will be going the distance. Into extra time we go. He won't be happy with that one. Great vision. And he's worked it through. And reclaimed it in a trice. And he's had it nicked away. Can he get on the end of this? Rice. Oh, nicely intercepted. Rice. And that's been won straight back. Zinchenko. Son Heung-min is in a really good position out wide. Well, the two coaches are signalling changes here, both at the same time. Couldn't squeeze it through. And it's Gerrard. De Bruyne. And it's Zinchenko. For Rice. Can he get it through? He's having a shot! And that's a real chance missed.
Trossard fully appreciates that he could have won it then, and now he'll be all the keener not to lose it.
Fletcher. Ball is over the line. Elects to cross. And that's the keeper's ball. Son Heung-min. De Bruyne. And it's Rice. Now, can they get him away? Well, the run has been sold a little bit short there.
They should have done a lot better there. The final ball was very poor.
Now it's Drogba. Pass is just off target. So just 15 minutes still to come. So neither side able to conjure up a telling moment, and we are where we are. This is the last chance to win it. Is there to be drama in these final 15 minutes? They have played themselves to a near standstill. What is left in the tank now? Well, the defence just about came out on top, but they were certainly tested. And it's Gerrard! He lifts the roof! Oh, that has got to be it! This has to be it! Whoever is in his path, he will always find a way.
Yeah, he won the jostle, and it was a very good finish, and I think he'll go away feeling pretty good about that one.
Things really are heating up here ahead of what we've always known will be a crucial game. At stake, a seat at a higher table. This an opportunity to put down a marker to make a statement of intent. Expectations and decibels both rising fast here. Things are heating up and we'll be getting underway very soon. We're up and running then. It's us or them. Always has been, always will be. Jim, you've played in games of this nature. Who can make the difference?
I'd say Petr Cech. I'm trying to come up with a flaw in his game and I can't.
He's rising! Fernandes. Now it's Aguero. Now it's Bruno Fernandes. Diogo Dalot providing decent chance! Applies the finish! And he looked every bit the assured keeper there.
Well, it's probably going to take something very special to beat him today.
Manchester United with the corner. They're first. Cantona. And now a sudden chance to counter. Ambitious ball here. And he's in on goal. He's gone down, but the referee just tells him to get back up again. And Burmo. And this is Aguero. Fernandes. Oh, he's been caught napping. Fernandes! Oh, no shortage of confidence there.
And you can see how the direct approach can work really well. Get yourself on the ball and give it a try.
So, Jim, what has caught your eye in these early exchanges?
Well, both sides seem happy with the patient approach for now, still trying to have a good look at one another.
Pass just lacking in accuracy. And that's a goal kick. Saliba. Now it's Haaland. And he plays one through. There's the shot! It's anyone's ball now. Rice. Well, nothing to report in terms of goals, but it's not for the want of trying.
Well, it's certainly not a drab affair, Peter. It's had its moments.
And it's Tielemans. And it's Bruno Fernandes. Tielemans. Pass somewhat off target. Now there's a fine ball.
Well, that's good defending. He squeezed the play and he gave him no chance to get on the turn.
Well, the runner's been sold a little bit short there.
Well, I think the opposition saw that pass coming a mile off and it wasn't the best decision.
Diogo Dalot. Diogo Dalot got a long way forward to join the attack. Manchester United have quite a reputation for being combative, confrontational, just in your face, Jim.
It's well rehearsed, Peter. It's testament to their excellent work ethic, really. The way they always go chasing the ball in numbers and they can keep it up late into a game too. Fernandes really was well marshalled there because he was denied the opportunity to turn.
That could spell trouble. Oh, now he can run away with it. Martinez. Oh, he's enjoyed that. He evidently loves the contest. Now he's got space here. That is a brilliant interception. De Ligt kept aware, and it is reclaimed easily. Burmo. And here's Aguero. Haaland. Pinches it off him. Oh, there's a probing ball.
How many interceptions have we seen now? Someone's got to up the quality and set an example.
Now it's Haaland. This looks promising. It's still 0-0, but no shortage of effort. Cantona, the specialist in tearing teams apart. And they've got rid. And they're back on the ball again. Van Nistelrooy. And the shot! Van Nistelrooy scores gloriously again!
Well, who saw that coming? I honestly thought, Peter, that we had nothing to do apart from just counting the clock down as we approached half-time. It was majestic. Yeah, to see it unfold as succinctly as that, it looks telepathic.
They have what they wanted, the first breakthrough.
Well, that's changed the mood entirely, as you'd expect, Peter. It'll be fascinating now to see what kind of reaction it will cause.
Out of play for a throw. Tielemans chasing after it. The only breakthrough then came late in the first half here, and that is the difference. 1-0 the score. Now it's Haaland, and he was quick to react. And the referee says that is that for the first half. A very combative, competitive half with just the one decisive moment. It's been compelling stuff.
On the evidence of what we've seen, they're worth their lead. There was genuine intensity and purpose behind what they brought to the game. I think they'll want a strong start just after the break, though, to force the issue that bit more.
Well, it's been a proper derby so far, no doubt about that. Intense and utterly captivating. So it has been pretty frantic here. Everybody eagerly awaiting the start of the second half. So let's get the ball rolling.
Well, my advice would be to keep at it. If you're doing well, keep it going.
Now it's Haaland. No, that's been intercepted. Haaland, who needs just a moment to score a goal. Darren Fletcher.
Oh, really well played.
In towards the backstep. Oh, good climb! No, couldn't quite control it.
Well, the manager clearly has to react to this and tactically change what's happening. It's too easy for them to get in.
Tries to pass it through. And this is Aguero. Cantona. Well, there was an element of promise insofar as they kept the ball well, but they did very little with it. And it's Aguero. Cantona. Now it's Haaland. Lisandro Martinez gets over and intercepts.
Well, he certainly wasn't in the mood to take any risks.
He's not played the ball, that's a foul.
Well, the moans and groans from the stands now are very audible.
Just coming up to the hour mark, and it's still 1-0. Aguero. Bruno Fernandes. He's got away. Oh, he's seen that early. Used a certain sixth sense.
Well, it's definitely the right...
Can he finish? Now it's Rice. Look at and the shot! Oh, it's a foul there right on the edge of the box. And that is a huge moment in the context of the game. Well, that's a booking. Always looked it.
Well, talk about being caught between a rock and a hard place. I don't think he had much choice there, although he's paid for it.
Manchester United looking to get level. A formality. We're level. Not much more than a formality.
That's a good penalty. Made the keeper commit early and set himself up for quite a comfortable finish.
It's starting to look very interesting, this.
Well, I'd happily watch this every week, Peter. This is exactly what you want from a big game.
Diogo Dalot. And it's Bruno Fernandes. Now, who's going to be first to this? Looking for the run. And Burmo. Now, that's a fine challenge. This their second corner of the game. That's a pretty loose pass. He's having a hit! Oh, it's a fair try, but just off target.
Diogo Dalot has taken on too much there. That isn't one of the areas he thrives on.
Now it's Aguero. Challenged just a bit on the firm side. Well, the manager might be thinking of shuffling his pack here.
Well, the manager must be thinking to himself whether he's got a game changer on that bench, and he needs to act quickly.
And Burmo has been caught there. It's a foul. The ref's been lenient here. I doubt he'll get too many more chances.
Disappointing, very disappointing. He knew what he was doing, as deliberate and cynical as it comes.
This certainly looks appetising, well within shooting range.
Well, I suppose from the opposition...
Rice! So, third corner of the game. And that's gone all the way through to the keeper. And now they can spring out of defence. And it's Fernandes. Fletcher makes the interception. Can they find an extra gear here? And here's Fernandes. Oh, that is a nice touch. He's found a way through. Burmo is onto this.
Manchester United clearly are pushing for the win here, Peter. It's making for a very frantic end to this game.
And Burmo. Well, he's looking at the referee, but the referee is shaking his head. And there's green grass ahead of him. Just the keeper. Can he finish? Brilliant! He's got himself an absolute peach. And again they hit the front. And a trademark move ends with the inevitable classy finish.
Well, it's an example of counter-attacking at its finest. Real cut and thrust.
So we have a breakthrough. Now how will things develop from here?
I think this team shows great willpower and a wonderful never-say-die.
He's going for goal! And a truly agonising miss.
Well, that's the response the crowd were looking for, Peter, and it's applause all round us here.
Bruno Fernandes. Now it's Aguero. And he's been shifted off it. Van Nistelrooy. Now it's Beckham.
Manchester nearly finished it off there, but now it's a case of waiting for the whistle.
Oh, that's a key interception. Not much time now for anything fresh to happen, I think. Well timed, excellent interception. That's a good block, but at the expense of a corner.
They've got a healthy number of very tall targets to pick out from this corner.
Haaland! Oh, that was a brilliant save.
Haaland actually didn't do an awful lot wrong, to be honest.
There will be 4 extra minutes. He's picked his way through. Tries a shot! Darren Fletcher gets it away. Out again for a throw-in. He's shifting through the gears here. Oh, that's a foul in a dangerous area. Well, some players have clearly taken issue here, and things are threatening to boil over. The final whistle is imminent, but I do think he'll allow time for this free kick. They're taking a moment to consider their options. And there goes the final whistle. They needed to win, and they have won. It is a triumph. Well, after all of that, Jim, what are you thinking?
Manchester can be really happy with this. I saw it as one of these defining games for them, and they showed real character to get the job done. A big statement for anyone who might be up next.
So we're all raring to go again. In life, of course, there's so much more important than this game, and yet this game feels so important. It is crucial, imperative that the teams harbouring ambitions to go a long way come smoothly out of the blocks here, and it's all building up very nicely. Well, the stage is set for a stirring showdown here. The supporters in great voice, and there's a real sense of anticipation in the air. Game on. So off we go then. So Jim, who would you identify as the key man in this fixture?
I've always been impressed with this boy, Pau Cubarsí. It never ceases to amaze me, Peter, how the Catalans always manage to unearth all of these gems, especially in an age where the demand is quite high on defenders. He's really the perfect package.
Yeah, he'll certainly be leaving his mark on this game, quite possibly actually at both ends. And that has been knocked clear. Vallecas are looking to go forward now. Another pass just keeps it ticking over. Little pass back. Looking for options for move. And the shot! It's a goal! No, flags up on the far side.
Yeah, spot on, although he takes issue with that.
Disappointment and relief on either side. Nothing doing. Opts for safety. Looking to pass their way up the pitch. Neither of the teams has yet taken the initiative. Ball is over the line. And that's going right the way across. Now it's Bebeto. Gundogan. Jordi Alba proves just a little bit too strong. Shin to shin, bicep to bicep, and he wins out. There's a beautiful simplicity about this contest. Willing running on one side, dogged defence on the other. And he's forced to go back. He won't be happy with that one. Iniesta. Jordi Alba.
Well, it seems as if the message has been issued by both managers: don't concede the opener.
Now it's Eto'o. Oh, that's Eto'o! Goal! Flamengo! And Flamengo take the lead. That is lovely, finished with amazing expertise.
Oh, it was a real beauty, Peter, and while many might have just lashed out at it, he took his time and he put it where very few can.
Flamengo have taken the lead.
Listen, when it comes to goals, Peter, in this team, he's always the #1 contender, and he's done it again.
Tries to pass it through. That's going across goal. Cleared without hesitation. He's on it. Can he get away? Oh no, it's an own goal.
Well, that's really unfortunate. He'll be kicking himself at the moment, and believe me, I know how that feels.
Vallecas benefiting from an own goal. Not that you'll hear them complaining. Gundogan. Just about midway through the first half, and it has been an engaging watch.
Vallecas really are one of these sides that pride themselves on their ability to maintain possession.
Yeah, and some would say that that means they play the game the right way.
Yeah, but of course, it's decisive passes that's going to matter in the longer term. There's no good in holding on to the ball just for the sake of it.
And he goes cross-field.
Good switch, that. This is the time you need that pace.
And it's Jordi Alba. Great vision. Griezmann providing an outlet on that flank. And a header! Smashing delivery, just didn't do enough with it.
That definitely had the element of surprise to it. Clearly came in when no one was expecting it, and it was drilled.
Turns back here, probably the best option. This is a promising build-up. Plays a sharp little ball here. Here comes the cross. And that's the keeper's ball. Griezmann, a player so deservedly decorated with praise and glory. Spread out to the left. It's a promising position. Cross to the back post. Takes a shot! It's in! That was a given. It always was.
Yeah, it's mystifying that a player of his talent wasn't picked up sooner, and he picked them off instead.
Flamengo with the lead.
Look, he's the one everyone expects to put the ball in the net. That's what he's paid to do.
Oh, that's sweet, almost telepathic. Goes looking wide. Now that looks a decent ball, and he's made sure that's not getting through. And they can counter here. Aimed beyond the defence. A quick look, thought about cutting inside. Chance for a shot! And that's a good finish. And with that, he takes home the match ball. That is so good, such sharp skills, and such a delicious finish.
And how easy did he make that look? That is supreme.
Clinical, just clinical. What a game this is turning out to be for him.
Well, you had to fancy him, Peter. He seems to be growing in stature with every goal.
And that is indeed the final act.
Well, it's hard to say whether a two-goal advantage under these circumstances is decisive or not, but so far, I haven't really seen enough to indicate that the opposition can come out in the second half and improve to that degree.
Flamengo claiming the lion's share of the 4 goals, up by 3-1 at half-time. So, into the second half. No, he refuses to take the bait. Griezmann was only too happy to help out in defence.
Yeah, listen, we often get critical of a forward's tackle, but that was squeaky clean.
Tries a deft little ball. That's really well cleared. Iniesta will not want to lose out here, not against this. And a chance! Yes! And with that, it is pretty much a done deal. Wonderfully smooth, smart and slick.
It was wonderful vision to see the movement ahead, and how about the weight of that pass? Ideal.
It's starting to look like a done deal now. Pass is coming off in quick succession here. Looking for the run, and he's picked it up out wide. It's a promising position. Ball in towards the middle. And he gets rid in a hurry. Lovely feet. Gundogan did just about enough to come out on top there. Neither party overly willing to compromise.
He had a chance to offload that left, so I think he's going to have to swallow his medicine on this one. Incentive set and incentive met. Now they've got to take it on another level.
Played back. Griezmann. Jordi Alba is one of the key ingredients in the team's attack. He is through here. Great chance! And he's stuck it away. This day becomes absolutely perfect. Utterly ideal. The movement so precise, the finish sumptuous.
Just when they thought they may be in at one end, they end up shipping a goal at the other, and it's all due to wonderful counter-attacking. They hardly had time to even react, and there's only one word to describe that: clinical.
This is a gloriously greedy performance.
Well, their manager seems to have them always thinking about the next goal. When's the next goal coming? They're such an entertaining watch.
Out towards the flank. Great defending, strong and determined. Griezmann did well to emerge with the ball. That's a contest to keep an eye on. Gundogan. Jordi Alba. Now it's Griezmann. Jordi Alba. That's a good intervention. That was what he had to make in the face of danger that was growing. And he's forced to go back. Oh, lovely feed. He is such a good mover. Drives it in. Well read, and the danger is averted. Iniesta. It's Belletti. Eto'o is being harried and hassled.
Yeah, better
Shapes to shoot! Well taken goal. And the chasm continues to widen. A brutal statement that underpins where these teams are at.
Look, all they want to hear right now is the final whistle. They've been humiliated.
So time for change, and this one has been on the cards for a little while. Flamengo are at the peak of their powers. As for their opponents, a long way from that. Jordi Alba. And it's Alaba. Alaba. And Iniesta. Howson. Opts for safety. Kubasi. And it's Belletti. That has ended up in no man's land. Played out towards the right wing. That's very neat. And it's made its way to him. Real chance! Alaba attempts a clearance. Flamengo have the chance, and it's been given away. No unnecessary risks, and the game is petering out here. Gundogan turns back here, probably the best option. Can he get on the end of this? The pressing's intense, and it's paid off.
Well, that's good defending. He squeezed the play and he gave him no chance to get on the turn.
That's a good ball out wide. Played back into the centre. Perez is flagged offside. Fran Perez. Some intricate passing. He'll try from distance. Oh, and the referee says that that is it. Flamengo really have hit the heights. A tour de force that has left their opponents reeling. And that is what tends to happen when they do their thing. Eto'o on the score sheet 3 times. Very much the man. How do you look back on the game then, Jim?
Well, the look on the manager's face says it all. He knows he set his attack up perfectly, and the players carried out his instructions to the letter, it would seem. Everything working very nicely.
And all that remains for me is to thank Jim Beglin. That's it from us tonight. A very good evening to one and all. Flamengo get ready for another crack at the big prize. Will they get the win they need to get their campaign off to a flying start, or will their bubble burst over the course of the next 90 minutes? Wow, this truly is impressive. The future Camp Nou, it has been christened. A show of power, prominence, prestige for Barcelona. So we're very much on the way now. Jim, you've played in games of this nature. Who can make the difference?
Yeah, Thibaut Courtois. He's a huge presence between the sticks, and that's not just because he's 6'6", Peter. He's got great reflexes, wonderful positioning, and he's a strong defensive leader. I think opposition defences will also need to watch out for his long throws. They're quick, they're accurate, and a source of many a good counter-attack.
Yes, they'll certainly be leaning heavily on him. Cannavaro spots it and intercepts. He is through here. Collar! Oh, split-second reaction.
Kohler really must be thinking what he has to do to score there.
Flamengo with their first corner, the first in the game for either side, actually. And now they can spring out of defence. He's gone for goal. Conte. Davids. Yamal. Kante cuts it out. He's having a hit! And he's there to get it away. Oh, well played. That has snuffed out the danger. It's a searching pass. It's out for a goal kick. Lovely pass, but can he get there? Shin to shin, bicep to bicep, and he wins out. Oh, that's been cut out. Well played. Now it's Yamal. Rooney. I think that's a corner. Yes, it is. Corner number 2 then. Diaz! Decent attempt, but not quite good enough. Gabriel gathers from the goal kick. Looking for a runner. Oh, that's a key interception. Collier. Tries one from range. Oh, terrific save from the keeper.
Yeah, he was well placed to deal with that.
Flamengo have their third corner. They've played it short. Real chance! Just too much. Fractions.
Oh, he overcooked that one, aiming for perfection, and he got it slightly wrong.
Now it's Messi. Davids. Knocks it into space. Well read, nice interception. Oh, that's fabulous. Played in. Crossbar comes to the rescue. Nicely weighted ball. Rijkaard does well to get it back. And this is Ronaldo. Now looking to orchestrate a counter. Not the most accurate pass. Gabriel promptly onto that, and that is that. That's a pretty loose pass. Oh, well played, well sorted out. And it's Messi. No change to the score, 0-0 it remains. Now the ball in. Diaz is someone who's always looking to catch the eye with his trickery. Oh, that pass isn't the best. Looking for options for movement. Diaz is wide and looking to get onto this. That could... There's the shot! Goal! Flamingo! He made it happen. Squeezed through with sheer will and considerable accuracy.
Yeah, Peter, I think we've got to give the keeper some slack here because he didn't have the greatest view of that, but you've got to give the scorer his due as well. I mean, he had that sharpness of mind and clinical edge.
So the first goal of the game.
Yeah, but I think they all know too well that things are far from done here, and while there's never a good time to be caught out, you definitely don't want it to be now.
Well, that looks like a final warning. Still no card. No, he's missed it.
Davids has totally shown his greedy streak, and the boss is not happy, I can tell you.
Pelé bumps him off it and wins back the ball. He's shifting through the gears here. Genuine physical edge about this game. It is quite a... And the shot! And a terrific save from the keeper.
Lamine Yamal is offering a wry smile there. Well, yet another interception and a show of anticipation to be commended.
Collar showed plenty of zest in getting to the ball, but couldn't quite sort it out. And smartly reclaimed. Half-time getting close now. That has ended up in no man's land. Well, there is a look that says it all. A piercing stare.
His teammates are really annoyed with that, you know, and they have every right to be.
Takes a shot! And there's a goal! And the lead lost no time at all!
Well, going behind has simply triggered a collective determination to hit back, and they merit nothing less. Well, a 1-2 is easier to pull off than most dribbles, and I think we've just seen the proof.
We're looking at a different game now.
Well, I'd happily watch this every week, Peter. This is exactly what you want from a big game.
Conte. No, it's come to nothing. Nakamura has an approach to the game which is pretty much shoot on sight. He's picked his way through. Pelé. And that brings the first half to a close. So it's all square. Neither side has been able to make a telling difference, but it hasn't been for the lack of trying. Where do you think we're up to after 45 minutes?
Well, both sides would have expected a closely fought match, and that's pretty much what we've got so far. The early exchanges, I think, in this second half will be worth keeping an eye on to see if any adjustments have been made to change things.
Well, it has been tight, it's been competitive. Each side with one significant moment, and at half-time the score is 1-1. And so we're off again. Can he get on the end of this? Shaw picks it up out wide. Conte. Flamengo do appear to have made a half-time change.
Well, I'm assuming that this is going to end up as a tactical change, Peter.
Now it's Cristiano Ronaldo. Well, it's more pressure than ball at the moment. Chance for a shot! And a shot! It's wide, but only just.
He's not happy, and you'd expect that, but at least there's plenty of appreciation for what was a genuinely fine effort.
Stood up well to him there. And this is Ronaldo. And it's Cristiano Ronaldo! Oh, the keeper's done ever so well.
I think he's done great there, both reading it and dealing with it.
Oh, great leap! Denied by an instinctive save.
Really looked sharp there, didn't he? That's very well played.
Well timed, excellent interception. Now it's Cristiano Ronaldo. Nicely shaped ball, and that has been cut short. Threads one in. Well, he has slightly undercooked that one.
They should have done a lot better there. The final ball was very poor.
Diaz is in a really good position out. Goes for goal! And the ball's come loose here. Now the cross. Conte. Looking for the run. Now it's Cristiano Ronaldo. Oh, just skips past his man. Great chance! It's run loose. Who's going to get there? Collar is onto it in a flash. Pass somewhat off target. Well, that has not gone well. Gattuso. And this is Ronaldo. Tries to play it through. It's a threatening ball. Didn't quite work for him. So we have movement on both benches. Pinches it off him. Shaw. The defence opting here for strength in numbers. He's been bundled over. That is a foul. And he's going to have his name taken.
Well, he was the one player you had to keep away from the area. Not the best way to do it, though.
Well, plenty of early set pieces here. So who is the target now? He's having a look at what's available.
I just thought that one needed a tad more lift. Easier said than done, of course.
Oh, here's a man adored by many, even deified by some. That's a pretty loose pass. Shaw. Searching pass he's played there. And that's very disappointing, it has to be said. Great vision. He can run onto that. Well, the run has been sold a little bit short there.
Flamengo clearly didn't help themselves by telegraphing that one. It was always going to be intercepted.
Nice looking ball. Can he get it through? And this is Ibrahimovic. Tries a shot! Wonderful from Ibrahimovic! He's got himself an absolute peach. And the game is well and truly turned on its head. Whoever is in his path, he will always find a way.
Well, he had to deal with an awful lot of unwanted attention, but his tenacity won the day.
And when the manager called on him, he was only too happy to repay that faith.
That's just as the manager would have seen it, an impact sub.
Well, this is what we've been waiting for.
Yeah, I always felt this was coming. There was a clear increase in both intensity and tempo. Now all they need is to try and maintain it.
And that's going wide left. Gattuso. And this is Eto'o. He's found a way through. Can he finish? Ibrahimovic finds himself offside.
Flamengo surely have to be commended for their drive and desire. Most teams would be taking the easier defensive route by now.
Now he's got space here.
That's positional gold, the utilisation of space.
Good read, needed to be. Eto'o in the hunt and looking threatening. And that's been won straight back. Conte. Oh, there's a probing ball. Caresses it through. No luck with that dink over the top. Juve. Very much into the last knockings. Rijkaard cuts out the pass. And this is Eto'o. Now, oh, just a keeper now. Deftly away. It'll be a throw-in.
This usually is the time teams go into conservation mode.
Rafinha, played out to the left flank. He has found the way through. Throw in. Intercepts the throw. That's well read. Oh, shooting chance! And he can clear it away. Not the most accurate pass. And he's gone looking for safety. Added time is up, and there goes the whistle. Flamengo have been forced to do it the hard way, but they have pulled themselves through unwaveringly to win. A great performance by any measure. What a turnaround. Victory from the jaws of defeat. Enjoy that, Jim.